Okay, so just to recap what we have learned till now. So I'll just recap and so first thing we have seen how to set up the environment. Okay, second we have seen configuring the Cassandra database. Then we have seen context dictionary where you have primary context, secondary context, associated context. Okay, so we have seen this thing. I told you that on Friday we can automate this process using some special procedure we have. Using a wizard we can automate this process. I'll show you how to automate this process today. Because if you do this manually, you have to create classes, you have to create tables, you have to create properties, you have to create association. Lot of time it will take if you do this manually. So let us go through the procedure how we actually automate this context dictionary. So we have to configure the context dictionary after creating the application. You do context dictionary. After that we have seen the proposition management where we created the business issue group propositions. Okay, this also we have seen in the last session. Till here we have covered. So I hope that everyone is clear till here. Now let us see how do we configure the context dictionary using wizard. So before that I'll just create the application again because the application is gone. Okay, why did I log off? Okay, so I'm just going to the Dev Studio. So after you go to the Dev Studio, what I will do is let us click on here, click on new application. So I'm going to give the same application name, which is the SBI Bank Promotions. Okay, SBI Bank Promotions. So that's what I'll give. Select CDH. Select this. So now give the application name as SBI Bank Promotions. I'm selecting the organization name as let's keep it as SBI. Continue. Now I select use Cassandra. Continue. So then here I just click on the create application. Okay, so I just select this. So now my application has been created. So what I will do, I'll just log off first and log in again. Okay, so now let us log in back. Password is rules. So I just select this. I don't know what is this. Okay, just open this. If you are getting the error, just remove this app and log in. Okay, so yeah, now it is logged in. So my first decisioning application has been created, which is called SBI Bank Promotions. This is the application that we have created. Now what we have to do is we can start configuring the context dictionary. So as part of context dictionary, there are some components that you need to install from the PEGA marketplace. So what you have to do is, first you have to install NBA data model, which is also called CAR. Okay, which is also called XCAR or CAR. Okay, or CAR, XCAR model. So what is CAR? What is XCAR? See, again, you will be hearing these words in your real-time project. So everything I'm just saying you from real-time. CAR stands for Customer Analytics Record. XCAR stands for Extended Customer Analytics Record. So CAR means whatever data model that you need. XCAR means, so it's something like whatever additional data model that you need. Okay, so this is like a basic, this is like an advanced data model. So basically the CAR is nothing but customer data model. That's it. Okay, basically it stands for this, but it means that it's a data model. Data model means list of properties, list of columns, the properties that are needed for the business. All this is part of data model. Okay, so that's nothing but the CAR and the XCAR. So what you have to do is we have to download the CAR for the industry. Generally, it is suggested to take the CAR based on the industry, but I have some experience with telecom. So what I will do is I will take the CAR model for telecom. What you have to do is simply go to the Google, type CAR data model, CAR data model for comms, download PEGA. So this is nothing but what we are doing here. We are downloading the CAR data model for telecom industry. Okay, because like I told you, we are doing banking, but for demo purpose, I am taking comms. But when you are using a banking application, you have to download banking CAR model. Okay, how to download banking CAR model. So this is the CAR model which I have for telecom, which is called Communications Customer Analytical Record. That means component this component will download all the data model which is specific to telecom company. For example, you are working for a telecom business like a Verizon or Airtel or Jio. All these are telecom companies. What properties do they have? Something like download speed, upload speed, internet per day, mobile data, mobile plan. All these properties are related to telecom. These properties will be downloaded for you. For example, if you take some banking car model, what does the banking car model contains? It will contain something like a credit score, debit card price, credit card price, or so these kind of things will be there. EMI, monthly EMI, annual EMI. So these kind of properties will be there. So all those very important skeleton, the data model that you need for your business, you can download it instead of creating it using the core model. So what you have to do is you can just download it from the marketplace. I just open the marketplace and search for the customer car model, and I can download this car model. So I'm downloading this car model. Okay, so it's just click on download. Okay, so I just agree. So it will save a lot of time because there can be hundreds of properties that you need, and you also don't know which properties you need to create. Rather than creating few properties and figuring out it later, this car model will give you all the data model, that is the properties that are needed for your business. You see the XCAR comms template is data model is created. You just come here, configure, application, distribution, import, and import the file. So before you configure context dictionary, you have to import the car model. Okay, car model means what PEGA will give you, because what PEGA will give you might not satisfy, right? Because PEGA will give you all the OOTP properties which are related to telecom, but your application is having some custom properties as well. So those properties you have to create. So I'm just taking it from the uh, local disk. Okay, so now, yeah. So now I have uploaded the zip file. Next. So that means whatever you have, that is the car. Whatever you are taking the help from PEGA, that is the XCAR, which means Extended Customer Analytics Record. Yeah. So someone has question, let me know. Yeah. So you see now I have one to
Sorry, I
zip.
have a quick question. Sorry.
Yes.
So the extended car what you have downloaded, is that the real time we do this, or if customer suggests only we have to do this, we go by that?
Yes. Yes.
What is
Everything is
the
real time. You have to do all these things. Yes. Yes.
okay,
You have to go by this only in real time.
okay,
Yeah.
right. Thanks.
So this is like a, what you say, this is like a wizard that will create you all the skeleton, all the templates which you can get started. Without this also you can do that, but it will take days together, weeks together, because there are a lot of properties that a telecom company needs. You need to figure it out, you need to do a research, and you need to create those properties. But the research and everything is already done by this XCAR. Okay, so that XCAR will do, and it will give it to you, which you can install in just 5 minutes. So now I click on in next. Again, depending on the domain that you are working, you download the car model. Just for demo purpose, I am showing you comms. But if you are doing a bank application, you search for car model for banking, you will be getting that model. Next. And we are done. Okay. So I'll just click on next. So this XCAR now downloaded the classes and also the properties that are needed. So like I told you, right, something like internet download speed, upload speed, internet real time, something like mobile data, mobile usage, monthly usage. So all these properties related to comms, and also the appropriate classes will also be created here in this data model. After this data model, that is the XCAR data model, you have to import one more thing that is called NBAD template. So you see this, now it's completed. I click on done. Now the import has been completed. Now what you have to do is go to the application, click on definition, and So within the definition, you will see what all components are installed, right? So here what you do, you have installed the component, but you have to activate that component. What you do is select manage components. And after you select manage components, here you see the comms car is there. So you can just select the comms car and comms XCAR and select that, enable that and click on OK. Okay, so then it will be added to the application, which means that is now it is enabled. Okay, it means that now it is enabled and you save it. So this is the first step that you have to do. And next what you have to do is you go to the CDH. Okay, just click on this icon, go to the CDH. What you have to do next is we have to install the NBA template. So what does NBA template will do? Like I told you, the XCAR, that is a extended car, extended customer analytics record. This will install all the classes and the properties that are needed for communications industry. Okay, the classes as well as the properties that are needed. Now, what does the NBAD template will install is it will install a sample marketing template for you. Okay, so that means like some particular groups, issues, propositions, some sample contact policies, all the sample rules which are related to marketing, the skeleton, okay, the skeleton of PEGA communications marketing, that will be installed in the NBAD template. Okay, so that will be installed in the NBAD template. You just need to come here, and since you downloaded XCAR for comms, you have to download the template also for comms. So just search for NBAD template comms. So again, all this what we are seeing, right? This is actually part of the installation of your application. Okay, this is part of installation of your application. Generally, lead will do this, but if you are a senior person, you might also be asked to do that. Okay, but all this is like a pre-implementation or installation of your application. So this is my NBAD template, which is NBA, next best action, designer template for communications. Okay, you see for communications. Download this. Okay, so it is downloaded. So just I'll upload here. Select template, add template. You see, previously there is a retail banking is there. Okay, if you want to use retail banking, you can use the retail banking, but you should have the retail banking car model, not the communications. If you are using communications data model, use communications template only, not the other one. Okay, so just select it from my hard disk. Okay, so now I selected the NBAD template. What I will do, I'll just click on add and apply. So again, do the sequence. First you do the car model, XCAR data model. First you import that, activate that, then only you have to go for the NBAD template. So when you try to install the NBAD template, you will be getting this error. The template's primary context class does not match with the primary context class that is specified in the context dictionary. What you have to do is you have to copy this class, because I told you, right, the class will be installed. Now what the template is installing is these things: the sample taxonomy, sample contact policy library, sample engagement policies, and also some sample real-time containers. Okay, these are all sample things which you can actually customize as per your requirement. So that sample marketing rules will be installed by the NBAD template. So what you can do is just come here, uh, just copy this, go to the App Studio, and you need to modify the context dictionary because the NBAD template will have this class as the context dictionary. So whatever customers are there, now you have to point it to this class. You have to point it to this class. Or you can actually create a custom application level class and you can make this as the parent class. That is also fine. So like this, you have to use this. Go to App Studio and go to the settings. And like I told you that this will be done by the LDA. LDA means what? LDA means lead decisioning architect. So generally this lead decisioning architect will configure all these things. But if you are a senior, like I told you, you might also be asked to do. We can never say. Okay, go to the context dictionary. And in the context dictionary, I am going to select the primary context. I don't know why it's very slow. Okay. Okay, let me try to select once again. Yeah, generally this servers will be a bit slow. That's why I told you like whatever we are seeing in decisioning, you can actually try to practice in your persuasion. I don't know if this server is expired or something. Okay. Yeah. So like I told you, whatever we are seeing in PEGA decisioning, if your personalization is faster, you can use the personalization. But for PEGA marketing, you can use cloud. Um, okay, so I'm going to the context dictionary. Here, what you need to do is just select the customer, click on the gear icon, and select the context. You need to modify this class to the car data model class. This is the car data model class. And if you just see the primary key is now updated to subscription ID. And if you just see the dot, you see here, all these properties are now imported. Okay. So you see the class is created with the data model, car data model, and all these properties which are related to comms, that is telecom, like you see the mobile messages, 6 months average, phone voice, top up. Okay, so all these properties are related to telecom business. So those properties will be there for you. What you have to do is, just like you changed the class, you should also change the properties. So I select full name here. For email address, I'm going to see what property I have. It is email address. For mobile phone, I have mobile number, mobile phone, I think. Yeah, mobile phone. Okay, so now I just select this, and okay, I just select this, then I just click on save. Okay, just you select save, saying some association error, so I just remove this one. So right from 8.7, the associated data will be managed from CDH. Okay, you see all the other associations need to be defined in customer profile designer. Association means, I told you, right, associated data, like what products he is having, what loans he is having, what services he is having. So whatever associated data for this customer, you call that as associated context. So right from 8.7, the associated context will be configured in customer profile designer. So we will see that there. So I just save it now. And what I will do is I will just select override all rules. You can just select this one also. That is, anything is fine, because I'll just select this and I click on save. Now what you do, go to the audit log and you can visualize what is happening here. If there is any error, that error you can just click on this and you can see whatever errors that you are getting, right, that errors, it will be displayed here. Contexts are defined without parent contexts. So there can be only one context without parent. So that's what it is saying. So yeah, like this, you will be getting some errors. We can't do anything. Just I will try to delete this. I don't think this is there in 8.6. Okay. So it is saying that you cannot have multiple contexts without parent. So I'm just deleting it, because in 8.6 also you don't have that thing. So again, you will get a lot of errors if you are doing manually. At least you will get less errors when you are trying to do with wizard. So again, I go here and I just check this audit log. Any errors or anything that's happening, you can see the messages here. Okay. Along with that, when you create this context dictionary, so many OOTB rules will be getting created. So I don't know, let us see. Yeah. Saying unable to open the instance using given inputs. Yeah. So we have modified the class name, right? So it is saying that this association is not there, right? The FS clickstream, this is there before, right? This is not associated with this class. This is associated with other class, right? But how do we remove this thing? It's not delete button. Okay, so I think it's better to see this in 8.6, because yeah, in 8.6 it will work perfectly. So you got the question, right? So what it is saying in ubank dash data dash customer, just a minute. Yeah. So the ubank dash data dash customer class is associated with the FS clickstream, but now we have modified the ubank data dash customer class to this class. So, but this class is not having any association rule. Okay, so if you just go to the here Dev Studio, search for FS clickstream. So again, the 8.7 is having some different rules and everything. Okay, this is where you can see the database table, and if you go to the records, data model, how you created associated data means you have to create a association rule in the backend. Okay, that is how you create the associations. So here I will see if I have any FS clickstream. It's not there. Let me second. Yeah. So just I will select the class name as Ubank data customer. Okay, that's not there. Okay, we have to select in that application. Okay,
One
so I'll do one
question.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
When we download
Please
this
tell.
communication related this template, can we have the application on the
Hmm.
same like for the communication related? Because we have an application on the banking and using the template for the communication. Is it how correlate actually, or is it okay to use it those one?
No, nothing. No, not an issue. But real time you cannot do that, right? So we'll do just for demonstration. We are seeing this thing.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So I'll just show you this in 8.6 probably because in 8.7 the association rule is created and we are not able to edit that. But again, I'll just show you here. Okay, so this one I'm just starting this here. I don't know if this will initiate. Yeah, what about others? Are you able to follow what we are doing? So first we install the data model. So then we are installing the NBAT template. Data model has created the classes and properties, and the template has created the marketing rules. So it will create some sample marketing rules which we can actually customize. Instead of creating from scratch, it will create for us, and you will be able to just extend that. Instead of creating it again, you can just extend those things. Okay, I think if you get it like this will not work.
Ravi, you told that it is because of
Yeah,
associated data which is linked to the previous application. You're getting the issue, right?
previous
There is
class.
another option. Yeah,
Yes.
there is another option. There is an option to add the associated data, right? Can't we add the current
So
associated data and check?
associated data, we can add it, but the context dictionary is saying the existing association should be deleted. That's what it is saying. We can add a new thing also. So that is what I am trying to do, because in older version when we are demoing it, right, so that we are able to delete it. So let us see. Anyways, so you see I'm in the OTB application which is created. I will search here to see if we can remove that. So again, like I told, right, this is not mandatory that you have to go through wizard only. You can create using PEGA, you can, but you have to create all the classes, properties, the association rules, everything you have to create manually. That's it. But there is this not a like you have to do this way only mandatory. So you can go through the traditional approach also, creating the data classes, tables, columns, properties, and the association rule. Everything you can create it manually. Then also you can do that. Let's try here.
Ravi,
So you see this FS
can you
click
please
stream.
also go through that, because in my current application we are manually creating all these properties as per customer need.
Mhm. Okay. So again, generally that's what the data model purpose is, right? You do it manually, but you can extend what you have manually with this meta model. So that is always an advantage, and it's on optional that you can use it. Okay. So I'm deleting this. Let's see.
Ravi, can
So
we have
like
that
you will have your own
manual?
properties.
Sorry.
Hmm. Yeah,
The
tell me.
manual process. What you said that we have to do it. This classes and properties. Do we have any guideline, or can you
Hmm.
share any template later on? Something. What is the steps? What are to do it like? I mean,
Yeah. I will include that in the PPT before sharing.
sure. Thank you.
So yeah. So which all rules we need to create, what you need to do, steps, all those things. Okay, I deleted the association rule, which is associated to Ubank data customer. I don't know if it is deleted now, whether I can remove this here. Uh, accounts join is there somehow this is not getting deleted. Okay, yeah, you see it is saying you can delete it from the customer profile designer. Let's see. So where I mean to say the customer profile designer is here. So in the data, you will have this thing called profile designer. Starting from 8.7, you have to add the associations under profile designer here under data profile designer. This is where you can manage the thing here. I think let's log off. Yeah, so context dictionary saved in the rules. It's not part of current application. Let us, I'll just go to the same application that we are managing. So we'll go to the CDH to the profile designer. Yeah, previous to profile designer, we used to have everything displayed in the context dictionary itself. There only you can delete or update or whatever you want to do, you can do there itself. But from 8.7, the changes have been made where you can add or delete or update the associations from the profile designer here. Okay, so just be aware of this change. There are many changes from 8.7, but the terminology will remain same. Whatever you learn will remain the same. You see, this is where you can actually manage. Okay, associate data sources with the context to define the data structure for the customer profile. Okay, so you see the data source is account, and for the account, what all associated data is there, you can manage here. There's nothing right now. I'll just go back to the thing again. Just wondering how do we delete this? Okay, so I'm just going back to the App Studio. Settings. So again, this is a crucial part. Definitely it will take around a week for your LD also to configure everything correctly, because this is like a architectural feature where you have to set up all the predefined classes, properties, everything ready so that your implementation will go smoothly without any missing properties or missing classes, tables. For example, the marketing is not able to find out the email ID to which it needs to send. All these exceptions will be removed if you do this context dictionary correctly. So let me just try again. Otherwise, I'll just check it in the background. and we'll connect again. Meanwhile, I'll share you the PPT, how to configure this context dictionary. Yeah, so somehow this is very slow, guys. Um, okay, so let me just try again. I just have deleted, but still it's displaying here. Yeah. Well, I'll do one thing. So I'll delete this entire context, or delete the primary context, right? Yeah. So I'll just first delete this thing. You can select this and delete it. And when you're adding multiple contexts, right? When you're adding multiple contexts, you can actually make this as a primary. Okay, like this, you can just make it as a primary, or you can also add the new context by clicking on the add context button, and you can just give the class name and everything here. Okay, so I just try to keep a new context. Once you create a context, you can select change primary to make that as a primary context. So plural name is subscriptions. Now I just okay, just I gave it like this. I select this, select change primary, and when you say change primary, you will be able to switch from one context to another context and make a secondary context as a primary context. Okay, you can make a secondary context as a primary context. Whenever you made a secondary context as primary context, you should be able to fill these three properties. Okay, for secondary context, which is the alternate audience, I told you, right? Alternate audience. For alternate audience, you don't need to promote right now because the promotion will be made later. So whichever you are promoting right now, for that audience, you have to provide the full name and all that. So from the properties that are created to XCAR, I will select the properties that are there for us, and I just select them. Okay, so then I have made it as a primary. So then we have everything proper for this context now, right? Because this context is having separate associations, so that is there for that, but this is having a different association, so we did not add anything. So now there should not be any errors. I select override all rules. Now we will visit the audit log. Still it is saying same. Okay, I'll just delete this account, or I'll just delete this. Yeah, it is saying we cannot have without parent. That's also we are getting. Yeah, we'll just delete this because now it is secondary, so it is not needed. I just save it again. Override all rules. Save it. Go to the audit log. Okay, so now it is going to rebuild the context dictionary. Let us see if it is going to work now at least. Did it start first of all? Okay, still we are getting same thing, right? Create new record. Okay, I think it is already saved. If you refresh, I don't know, it's not saved still. Okay, I'll just check this one, guys. I'll just check this one because in 8.6 the configuration is different, and in 8.7 the configuration is different. But ideally, we'll just do the background check, and I'll show you how we have saved tomorrow. Ideally, what you can do, you can just play with this context dictionary here. You can delete multiple context dictionaries by selecting this gear icon, delete icon. And if you want to add new context also, you can add the new context. So like we are seeing, right, the new context is subscription. You can create a new context. You can make it as primary by selecting this change primary. It is going to show you where you can select the second context and make it as primary. So like this, you can change your context dictionary, and you can also associate the context with the associated data. Okay, so like this, you can perform all these operations. We'll just check it, and we'll resume this part tomorrow, how I am able to save it without any errors. Okay, but till here, you are clear, right? So what we have to do with automated wizard is first install the XCAR, install the template. It will tell you what class is installed when you are trying to save the template. You have to copy that class and make that class as the primary context. Okay, so any questions, guys, on this thing? Are you clear? Any questions still here? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible. No questions from my side.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so if we complete
No
this
questions.
context dictionary, everything will be fine. Everything will be easy only apart from this. So this is the initial part where you need to configure everything correctly, but later part everything will be easy. Okay. Yeah, so we'll resume this part tomorrow, but everyone try to make sure to enroll by tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Fine, guys. See you tomorrow then. We'll resume this tomorrow, and looking forward to see you all.